Are you asking me to go after my husband in court, to trash him in court?
No. I just want you to answer the questions Alexis is going to ask you as honestly as you can.
But Alexis is going to ask me questions that make my husband sound like he's a horrible person.
No, she just needs to establish. No, she just needs to establish that there's a certain danger element that goes along with Sonny's business. Okay, she needs to prove that Carly's relationship, her ongoing relationship with Sonny, can put my daughter at risk.
No. Look. Carly's a crazy, irrational woman, and she has made dangerous decisions for her kids, and she has... she screwed up. I mean, you don't need Sonny to prove that. Why don't you leave Sonny out of it?
The judge also needs to know how much Michael and Morgan have suffered because of the choices that he's made, and how much Jocelyn has suffered.
No, you know what? You're reaching.
Am I? You know, the night Jocelyn was born, Carly was kidnapped at gunpoint by Sonny's wife. Okay? She was trying to steal Jocelyn. And Carly was almost killed. Yet Carly thinks it's okay to continue a friendly relationship with Sonny.
Nah. Look, if you think that you need to go after Sonny to prove that Carly is an unfit mother, you can go ahead and do that, but you will have to leave me out of it.
My boyfriend, Dominic, was working a job with Luke, and something must have gone wrong because he's disappeared, and I haven't heard from him.
There's no easy way to say this. Sounds like you got dumped.
My boyfriend loves me.
I'm sorry. I know it hurts to hear, but better you accept it now than hold out hope for a man who's not coming back.
Right. You don't know Dominic. He wouldn't bail on me, and Luke is the only one who would know what would happen. So, if you know something, please.
A man fitting Luke's description was here, stayed for a few days, then moved on.
Do you know where he went?
This isn't the kind of place you leave a forwarding address.
What about the girls that he spent time with? Could I speak with them?
Javier is the only one who'd know anything. And meeting with him isn't an option.
I would only need a few minutes of his time.
Javier is not someone you should be meeting with. Okay? For any reason.
Sonny! If you hear from Michael,
What's going on with Michael?
he got a job at the warehouse, separate from the business, so I can keep an eye on him.
Well, the way Johnny's circling, that's probably a pretty good idea. You thought I was here to come down on you about that?
I know you don't want, Michael working in my business. I don't want that either. Jason doesn't want it. We're doing everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Actually, I'm here about Luke.
Luke took off. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he did, and then Lucky went after him, and I don't know what happened, but whatever did happen, Lucky was prompted to come home and burn down the family house he used to live in.
I heard about the fire. That Lucky was there?
Yeah, Siobhan showed up, went in, she got hurt. Lucky felt he was responsible, and that's kind of messed him up. She's okay now, but Lulu's taken upon herself to go and find her father to try and fix things for Lucky. She still thinks that Luke can be saved.
And you're hoping I know where he's headed?
Well, I think of all people, Luke would touch base with you. Maybe if only to get some travel money.
Luke hasn't called, but I may know where he's headed, but I'm telling you right now, he ain't coming back.
Take it the brothers No Neck haven't reported back to you yet, huh?
About what?
Paid Michael a little visit at his warehouse. He'd be proud. He's fully indoctrinated. Spattered off all the reasons as to why I couldn't be trusted. Thinks I'm trying to use him to get to Sonny.
Are you?
Look, Jason, maybe I know Michael a little better than you do, huh? I've been where he is, faced with the choice of staying in the only life you've ever known or carving out a new one as a stock boy.
Sounds like he made his choice then.
His choice may end up causing a lot more damage than he thinks. You and I were reasonable guys. Sonny, my father, they're volatile. I tried explaining this to Michael, but he wouldn't listen.
It's good he's learning.
You're not going to think it's so good when things start to escalate. Michael had a chance to keep the peace. Passed.
Almost done?
Hey, yeah, I am now.
Oh, perfect timing. Thanks, baby.
So how was the first day?
Well, you see all these bags? I spent the entire shift moving them from this pallet all the way to this shelf.
Sounds exhausting.
Yeah, it wasn't the most fun I ever had, but, you know, beats grading roads and doing cleanup duty at Pentonville's.
Yeah. Well, there are other options.
Well, not working for Johnny, if that's what you're worried about. I already turned him down.
I was kind of worried. You know, a day of mindless working in your father's warehouse might be enough to send you right back to Johnny's door.
Actually, Johnny came looking for me. He made the mistake of overplaying his hand. I'm not gonna let anybody use me against my father. And my prize for loyalty, all the coffee beans I can carry. So you hungry? Want to get some dinner at Kelly's?
I'm actually still kind of full from the spread I had at the Quartermains. Your great-grandfather invited me to tea.
What did you want?
To offer me a job.
At ELQ?
There was one condition, though.
Of course there was.
Look, your grandfather wants you to work there, too. And I guarantee he won't have you carrying anything heavier than a coffee cup.
So we're a package deal. If I say no, you don't get the job.
That pretty much sums it up.
So I hope you told him what he can do with his offer.
The truth? I kind of felt bad for him. I mean, Edward's just a lonely old man who wants what family that's left, you know, to be around. I can't say I blame him. He's lost a lot of people that he cares about. I'll never forget the look on his face when he thought Brenda was gone, too.
Look, Abby, I've been told my whole life what a schemer and manipulator Edward is. This offer just proves it.
It's just that, I mean, a lot of what Edward said really made sense.
Wow. If the classrooms had looked more like this when I was a student, maybe I would have stayed in school longer.
Well, who can concentrate under all those fluorescent lights? It's like you're being interrogated. Candles are way more conducive to creativity.
Right. So where's your computer?
Inside.
Okay, we should get started on that essay so you have plenty of time to perfect it before the deadline.
I can't thank you enough for helping.
That's what friends do.
Would you like a glass of wine while we work?
Let me guess. Also conducive to creativity.
Well, it definitely helps you stop overthinking things, and that way you can just say whatever's on your mind without editing yourself.
Where's your mother?
Molly needed something from the store, so they should be back soon.
Okay, well then we should keep that cork in the bottle because we don't want Alexis getting the wrong idea.
The whole thing was priceless. You know, seeing me standing there with the flowers in my hands while you were saying I do. I always thought that I wanted, like, a big wedding, but I wouldn't mind going back to the Dominican, saying my vows in a simple service. Just me and the man I love.
I'm sorry. Sorry to put more tension on your relationship.
My relationship is fine. I think she just said thank you.
You know, I wouldn't put you in the middle of all this if it wasn't directly related to her safety. I really think that your testimony could tip the scales in my favor. So, why don't you spend a little bit of time with this little munchkin right here, huh?
Aw,
and
that's not
then make up
fair.
your mind. Yeah.
Yay!
No, life's not fair. I think we've both been around long enough to know that. Hey, Joss, can you meet my friend? Look, this is Brenda.
Hi, Joss.
You say hi?
Hi.
You say hi,
Do you like
Brenda?
this monkey? Do you like Gaga?
At this point, I think it'd be best for Luke's kids, and Tracy for that matter, if Luke stayed gone. He turned his back on them. He refused their help. He's refusing to acknowledge the fact that he clearly has a drinking problem, and this despite the fact that he killed Jake after downing however many shots. I mean, I don't feel sympathy for someone like that.
I truly hope you never have to experience the kind of pain that Luke's dealing with.
What about the pain he's caused the rest of his family?
But that's why he left town, because he can't even look his own kids in the eye. It's that horrible. You get it? And unless you've walked in his shoes, you're in no position to judge.
All right, I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just looking for Lulu. She's been a mess since the intervention, so if you have any idea where Luke might be.
Like I told you, Luke, he hasn't called, but I do know that when he was a kid and he'd get in trouble, he'd go to his aunt's house. She ran a whorehouse in Jacksonville. And I would guess Lulu's headed there right now.
I didn't come all this way to have someone scare me off.
You should be scared. Javier is a dangerous man.
Well, I'm not leaving until I see Luke Spencer.
You're looking for someone who doesn't want to be found. It's better if you just go before things get out of hand.
What things?
Enough with the questions. Leave or I'll have you thrown out.
He's here, isn't he? That's why you're pushing so hard to get rid of me.
I told you. He left days ago.
No, stop. What are you not telling me? I just need to speak to him.
What seems to be the problem? I'm Javier Del Toro, owner of this establishment. Perhaps I can be of some assistance.